What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and this video I want to talk about if the PlayStation 5 UI will be shown at the next State of Play. So this is a little something different. This isn't really something that I've talked about all that much, and it's mainly because kind of difficult to talk about, honestly, but how the PS5 is going to actually run. When you start this thing up and you're looking at the screen, how is it actually going to look? Well, we don't really know. We've had a couple different ideas. We can, I guess, look at some of the patents that they've done in the past, but the thing is, over the next couple of weeks, people have been going to over the last couple of days in some news stories is that basically a final version of what it's going to look like when you boot up your PS5 is going to be added to the dev kit of the PS5. Okay, so the dev kit's going to get updated over the next couple of weeks to basically represent the final version. And the rumor is that Sony is afraid that it's eventually going to get leaked out. So what are they going to do? They're going to show it to us before people have a chance basically to leak it. Now, what do we know could possibly be happening within the next few weeks is a State of Play. Now, at the time you guys are watching this, Friday, the State of Play was supposed to be August 6th in terms of the rumor, so that's only in 6 days away. If they don't announce it today, I don't know if we can necessarily assume that August 6th is going to be the time, but we should probably assume that it's happening sometime within the first half of August, let's say. Still, that does fit the bill. As long as there's a State of Play within the first couple of weeks, really 2 weeks, right, in the beginning of August, I do think it's very likely that at this State of Play, we're going to see something about the PS5, like when we're actually looking at it. It's going to be interesting because this State of Play has been rumored to actually be doing a lot of different things. I still think you would want to have a couple big surprises. You probably, and we've heard even from Sony, or I guess rumored from Sony, that they held back a couple really big announcements to compete with Xbox's game showcase, right? So maybe they're going to show that Silent Hill game. The State of Play can be enormous because we're probably going to see, could we see gameplay of Miles Morales? Could we see gameplay of a couple other games releasing in the fall, whether they be PlayStation exclusives or whether they be just third-party games even that are coming out also on PlayStation, right? What are we going to get? I think we could get, honestly, almost all of that. I don't even know what kind of show we should be expecting. Is it going to be an hour show? Is it going to be a half-hour show? It's kind of difficult because we've had these 20, 25-minute presentations for Ghost and The Last of Us, but then technically State of Play was still like what Sony did last time with the PS5, where it was 1 hour, was basically an entire show, right? Could they also fit how the PlayStation 5 looks? I do think it's likely. Look, at this point of time, and this is kind of weird because, well, firstly, I don't necessarily remember what happened leading into the PS4, right? That was a very long time ago, 7 years ago. I wasn't even very active on the internet. I didn't have a YouTube channel back then, so I don't know. And if you guys do know, definitely let me know how they kind of introduced how everything would look in the PlayStation. Did they do that a couple months before? Did they do like a demo of it? Did it just kind of pop up in a video one day? But so I can only talk about kind of what I'm feeling right now, right, as we're leading into the PS5 releasing. Here we are. So let's just round it up. We're in August, okay? We don't have much longer. We have August, September, October. We have 3 full months, and then probably like maybe half, maybe a little less than half in November. We still don't know a lot of things. We don't know the date it comes out. We don't know the price of the PS5. We don't really know how anything works when we boot up. We've heard a lot of, are they going to revamp the PlayStation Store again? We have heard multiple times that they are going to revamp how, when you turn it on and like the libraries at the far right and all the different icons at the top, like the entire user interface of the PS4, there's been a lot of talks that it's going to be completely changed. Okay, now again, how much change? We don't know. It's only been kind of hearsay. And again, I don't know if it's kind of normal for them to go a couple more months, maybe in September or October. We see how it is. I would like to see how it is sooner rather than later. And I do agree with the general, I guess the general thought, the general talk around the internet, where yes, the longer you wait, the more likely it is it's going to get leaked. If the rumor is right, and literally these dev kits are going to get that update and say, okay, this is so when you're making games for PS5 or literally just dev kits floating around there. Look, it's going to have loaded into it now what the PS5 interface is going to look like day one when anybody buys it and they turn it on. It's going to have it, and it's going to have it within the next couple of weeks. Somebody is going to leak that. Somewhere out there, it's going to be, and by the way, when it does leak, it would become a massive story and everybody would see it. So that does kind of deflate the excitement of announcing it, right? So if you're Sony, and I talked about this before, even with like the Batman game, why let it get massively leaked as we get closer to DC fandom? I feel like the game will get leaked pretty big time actually, or some some big aspects of it, if you stay silent, because somebody else will just do it if you stay silent. So again, when we're talking about this with PlayStation, they can keep quiet. They could announce it in a September state of play. They could show it in a video in early October. But at the same time, if it's floating out there, say August 10th, that's when the update goes live. How long do you think it's going to last before somebody does something with that and the world knows about it? And again, I think that really does deflate the PlayStation overall. There's been leaks, there's been rumors on things regarding the Series X, regarding the PlayStation 5, but for the most part, they've actually done a pretty good job of having the announcements come from them, having them be very impactful, having them be very big. But you don't want something like this, which is big. I mean, yeah, it's not the system look, it's not what the controller looks like, it's not the price or release date, but I mean, it is pretty important that when you turn it on, like, here's how you're going to get to things, here's the different features that we're going to be having. Like, there has been rumors that if you see somebody's playing a game, you can just hop right into that game. It won't even load. Like, you don't even have to be playing the game currently for it to happen. There's some pretty cool advanced things that could never be possible on PS4. There's some very cool things being rumored that the PS5 is going to have. Again, you got to show us that, and if you don't show us it soon and it kind of gets out there, I guess it gets loaded into that dev kit, and then that gets out there, well, everybody's going to know it, and then you lose your thunder of announcing it yourself. You know what I mean? So definitely interesting. I think the state of play is the best place to do that. Either that or just have a video on its own of doing it. I mean, they've done stuff like that before. Remember, just a random Tuesday, they dropped the DualSense. They said, hey, here's what the DualSense is. Like, here you go. And it's like, my God, like, nobody expected. It was like a Tuesday at like 1 p.m. they did it. So, you know what I mean? Like, that was kind of crazy. They could do that again for the user interface, as long as it comes from them. State of Play, though, does offer, and even if they want to do it where maybe they start the gameplay of Miles Morales by showing you what the PS5 looks like. You know what I mean? So we see like the blocks of the games. They could start it off by that, click on Miles Morales, and immediately jumps to the game, and then they show 5-6 minutes of gameplay. I mean, there's a way of showing gameplay of Miles Morales, which everybody wants, and there's a way of showing basically what it's going to look like, right, when you turn on your PS5, right? Definitely makes a lot of sense to me. But guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think they're going to show the UI at the state of play in August, the rumored state of play? Do you think they could just do it somewhere else, just on their own, just one random day drop it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.